Hey guys, thanks for joining me. And if you like what you see, please subscribe.
Hello, welcome to Sharp Ends. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. We're going to do a little review of the Ulticlip Slim 3.3 and 2.2. I have a knife to install it on, and I have some knives where it's installed. Both versions are installed on different other knives I have. But first, I'm going to ask you to smash that like button and leave a comment. It really helps the channel. And as always, thank you to my Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. So, this knife comes with an Ulticlip already installed. This is the Overland Mini Sport, and I like that. There's not many companies that include their sheaths having one of these. Usually it's appendix carry or some kind of belt clip on there. I personally like the Ulticlip a lot. Uh, you can see he's used his rubber bearings in between here, and he's used the 2.2 version on here. Now, I installed this one myself. I did not use the rubber gaskets in here. I just went straight on. I think the rubber gaskets are, you can use them or you can not use them. I don't think that there's a wrong or right way. I've never had a Ulticlip come off in my pocket or the screws start to get loose because I neglected to use the rubber bit, which would almost act as a locking washer. I understand why some people would do it. It does add a little bit more thickness to it. On this blade where he already has it installed, I see how it makes sense with the 2.2. On this one, the 3.3, I didn't use it. Why didn't I use it? Well, if I'd used the 2.2, you would end up having well, I guess it would work out fine in this one. Where's a better example? This one, I wanted it to be a little bit extra deep. With a 3.3, you're able to adjust it a little bit more and get the clip to the point where now that's the only thing that's showing above it, right? So that's something to take into consideration. I have a shorty here on this guy. This is the Overland, the big guy version of it. And I didn't put it on the front edge here. I put it over here. And this one's for carrying on my belt behind my back. And so that's the way that I put it on this one. Again, I didn't use the rubber on that, the rubber gaskets on that. This guy has an Ulticlip built into it, and I think that has to be the 3.3 inside of here. Yep. And he added it to his leather sheath. This is Creeley Blades. This is the Mako. Absolutely great knife. Definitely get that if you don't have one. All right, so how do we change it? So this is set up for appendix carry. This is a Hawk from Very Good Knife Company. I think they're still available if you want to get one. I love this blade shape. Kind of a Warncliffe with a slight amount of belly. Very utilitarian. Very good. Nice thickness behind here too. Sharp, not sharp spine like LT Wright, but sharp spine enough to throw some very good sparks. Very utilitarian. I love this Kydex sheath with the thumb clip. So I want to change it out. We're going to take this out. I did like carrying this as an appendix carry, but I want to try carrying it out as an in-pocket carry. It might be too large to do that. It might have to be a belt carry. I'm not 100% sure about that. We're gonna find out after I carry it for a while. So I'm definitely not going to be, throwing away this guy. I'm going to be keeping this. These guys come in at around 15 bucks each, I think. There's links down below if you want to go for it. So now I need to guess which one do I want to use for this. Which one is the most like the other ones. This is actually this is another Very Good Knife Company guy, and for this one I used a 3.3, but I think that's because that's the only thing I had. So what we're going to do is we're going to test fit it. We're going to take one out here. These clamp down super hard to your belt because it acts as a clamp here, old style wooden clamp. So I could just do two here with the rubber. I'd have to use the rubber standoffs here because this is kind of curved. Or do I go with a 3.3? That is the question. I think I'm going to try the 2.2 first and see what happens. And if that doesn't look like it's going to work out for me, I will switch over to the 3.3. And I'm going to try doing it with the rubber gaskets too. See if that works. So we have these inset screws here, and you'll see that they are for flatheads. There's two things you can do. You can use like the armor screw tips to do this, or you just need a big screwdriver flathead, or you could even probably get away with using a quarter or a nickel or something. So the when you use the rubber gasket, you want the T nut to go on first, and then the rubber gasket here. And since we're doing 2 of these together, I'm going to put both of them on at the same time. And I'm just holding them with my fingers here. Oh, oops, that's not the T-nut. Here's a T-nut. And this guy here. And then I'm going to then put the Ulticlip here. And then I'm going to take my nut, and now this, the screw itself is actually flathead or Phillips. So I'll be using a Phillips just because I'm going to get better grip that way. And I don't want to overdo it at first. I just want to get the thread started so that I can get my other one in here, hopefully, without too much trouble. There we go. And now I'm going to tighten this one down, hopefully. And now the rubber gasket will act as a little bit of a lock. I'm gonna readjust now that I have that in there, a lock nut. I'm repositioning the Ulti clip. Now, one thing you want to make sure, especially when it's going on a Kydex sheath, is that you're not the rivets are going through, and sometimes they're providing the Kydex closure, right? If you put an Ulticlip at the wrong place, they're going to pinch the Kydex tighter, and then you won't be able to get your knife in. So I'm just going to go ahead and check and make sure that this still works with this setup. It does. So I'm checking that, make sure it works. It does. That is great. And now I have set this up to be an in-pocket carry for my right pocket. And that way, so that when I pull it out of my right-hand pocket, the blade is facing out, not towards my privates, but out, away from my privates. That's the way that I like to do it. It makes more sense to me. I'm sure that there's other good reasons, but that's my good reason. And so now that's all tight. So now I just need to put it in my pocket. So I unclamp this. That's going to go inside my pocket up to here, and then I will clamp it back down. And like that. So do I like the Ulticlip? I do. I think it's a great solution for having in-pocket carries. I think it's intuitive. It makes sense. It kind of hides the knife so that if you're someplace where carrying a fixed blade might be looked down upon, you don't have to deal with those questions because it's mostly hidden inside your pocket. So yeah, that's what I have for you today. Thanks so much for joining me. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Really appreciate it. $3 a month, I give away a knife every single month. You too could join by supporting me and becoming a Patreon member. Thanks so much, guys. See you next time on Sharp Ends. Bye-bye now.